All right, what's up, everybody? It's your boy Shorty Rock checking in. This is We Run the City TV, and we are back on another beautiful red carpet. We got an amazing film that we're about to watch. It's a movie premiere of Watchers of the Realm, and I have an amazing, beautiful person right here. Why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself to the people who don't know who you are?
Hi, I am Shawn Stone, and in this film, I play the character of Wisdom.
Okay, all right. So tell us a little bit about the film in general. Like, what's the premise of the film?
So the premise of the film is a guy who is, at the end of his ropes in life, struggling, tired, depressed, just feels like the world is against him. And then he gets a message from a spirit, and his spirit puts something in his spirit, and he gets up and changes his life. And after he changes his life, then he goes about to impact the lives of others.
Okay, and like what time period does this take place in, and like where, like what part of the world does it take place in?
So actually, this takes place in different dimensions, which you'll see in the film. So it could be at any point, at any time, like current day, but it moves through different realms. Why it's called Watcher of the Realm.
Okay, all right, sounds pretty deep. I'm kind of liking it. Okay, all right, so tell us, like, you say your character's name is Wisdom, right? Okay, tell us about your character and, like, how did you even get involved in this film?
So my character is Wisdom, and I impart wisdom to Michael, who becomes Mikael. This film, what's great about it, is so different because it's not a regular film that you would see, but there's also a little anime, a little art that's all part of it. So it's a very artistic film with strong messages. And so my character imparts this wisdom because I am the source of wisdom in this film, and I just kind of drop nuggets along the way as he's going through his life journey.
So you're like a spiritual guide.
I am. Exactly. Yep.
So
the way I found out about it is actually Michael reached out to me over social media and asked me if I'd be interested in reading for a part. And I said, sure. And I don't even think I was totally what he was looking for until I got there and read the part. And he was like, yeah.
You're the one. Look, he saw you, was like, yeah, you a star. It definitely was. Okay, so like when it comes to wisdom, right? Like, where did you draw to like what experiences yourself have you drawn for to actually pull out this character in you?
So it's funny because when I tell my friends that I play the character of Wisdom, they go, girl, you playing yourself. But I'm like, I went through my own journey of being spiritually connected, and I can't say religion, but spiritually connected to something on the inside. And that, I think, is what I try to draw from when I, portray the role in a film. Yeah.
So like have you acted before, or how long have you been acting? Tell us about that. Tell us about your acting career.
Okay, so I used to act years ago. I was in New York, and I was doing acting and singing gigs and taking classes and having a good time, and then circumstances happened where I had to come back to Atlanta. I began to be a caretaker for some of my senior relatives, so I kind of put everything on hold. And maybe about 2 or 3 years ago, I was like, okay, now it's the time. Like, I just got the okay in my spirit, like, okay, move forward. And things have just been working out. The main thing is I've been working on my craft. So I'm always working to get better. Also networking with others, sharing information. And I just got a new agent that I signed with. I'm super excited about. And I just got asked to be in another film project. I just did a series about a couple of months ago. So it's been a lot of fun. But I'm mostly having fun with it. Yeah.
Good. That's a beautiful thing. So tell me, like, when it comes to just acting, right? Like, what do you feel is like some of the challenges just about being an actress in this industry?
So I think people tend to compare themselves to others. I think one of the challenges is knowing how to get started and how to move forward, because there's no path like if you go to medical school, you become a doctor. If you go to school and get a certificate, you become a teacher. Like, you can get into acting so many different ways. And one of the challenges also is that people who don't get training feel like, oh, I'm good on camera, I can go far, and they'll find out that the doors start to close. And so training is paramount, and it doesn't stop. And then so that's one of the challenges. And then there's the struggle of trying to act and be available for auditions, but also be able to pay the bills, And so people have to find their own pathway to make that happen, allow for that. And there are a lot of creative things that people are doing as well to make that happen. Yeah.
Hey, all right, wisdom. I see you. Dropping some wisdom on the interview. All right, so tell everybody how they can reach you, book you, your social media, anything like that.
So on Instagram, I'm listed as Shaun, SHAUN_Stone_actor. That's how you can find me on Instagram. On Facebook, I'm Shaun Stone. And LinkedIn, I'm Shaun Stone, SHAUN. My real name is Chantalata, but that's like a
Chantalata, okay.
That's a lot. So my nickname is Shaun. That's what everybody calls me.
Oh no, I'm gonna start calling you Chantalata. I like that. Like I need the whole enchilada with Chantalata. You know what I'm saying?
So Chantalata means vine of peace. Yeah.
Oh, you better stand in that name right there.
I've been going back and forth on that, but I get called all kinds of things like Sansa, Chantelia, Shantae, Kim. So I'm like, just call me Shaun. Just call me Shaun.
Listen, your mama call you Chantalata, I'ma call you Chantalata. You know what I'm saying? But all right, well, we definitely appreciate you.
Thank you.
I love the wisdom that you're bringing to this film. You know what I'm saying? But listen, my name is Shorty Rock. This is Shorty ROC NYC. This is We Run the City TV, and we are back on another red carpet. We out. All right, Chantalata. Okay. All right, we are back on another red carpet. This is Shorty Rock. This is We Run the City TV, and we out here running the city, and we have a very beautiful young lady. Matter of fact, why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself to the people who don't know who you are?
Absolutely. I am Kari Alam, and I'm so happy to be a part of this film.
Okay. All right. So tell us a little bit about, first of all, are you an actress? Like, are you a part of the film? Like which part do you play? Tell us everything. We need everything. We need the scoop.
I am Kari Alam, and I'm very happy to play the part of Takara in The Watcher at the Realm series. And it's a really special film I'm happy to be a part of. It tells the story of perseverance, and every part of this series has a positive message, and I'm really grateful to be a part of this part of it.
Thank God for that. I ain't gonna lie, there's a lot of films out here with no positive messages, but they're entertaining. But I do like the fact that
both.
That's a very beautiful thing. Okay, so tell me like what. Tell us about your character. Like, what does your character do? Like what is the background of your character in this?
Absolutely. So her name is Takara. When we first met Takara, she's in a dark place, and I don't know if you guys know, but the suicide rate among African American women is actually really high, and that is something, that Michael picked up on, and he wanted to kind of address. And so we find Takara in a dark place, having lost her father, lost her job. She's going through a lot, and just so happens to meet the main character, Michael, and he helps her turn her life around in a positive way. So that's basically it. There's a good arc to her. She starts in a dark place, but is able to come through and teach us a little bit about being perseverant and sticking the course, staying in line.
Okay, I'm not gonna lie, that's very touching. Like, I have a daughter myself. Well, I got two daughters, and like, I'm not gonna lie, like sometimes I feel like the world that we live in, kids nowadays are suffering in ways that maybe I never really experienced or understood, and I feel like they're grappling a lot with mental illness, depression, and it kind of worries me too. Yeah. So
my mom is a therapist, so I see firsthand kind of what she deals with. And post-COVID, I think we're all talking about mental health a lot more and really addressing it. And I've got a 7-year-old, so I know exactly what you mean. They're just exposed to so much that we weren't exposed to, and it's affecting them. And so I'd like to see positive things like this as well, I believe.
Yeah, this to me, this is an amazing thing, just for the simple fact of, like, I feel like we need more opportunities opportunities to talk about mental illness and also see stories of triumph in our community.
And this is that story. This is one of those stories. So, yeah, her name is Takara, and she is persevering in Watch Her at the Realm.
So how was it actually being on set with the cast? Like, did you make any connections or anything like that?
Yeah, you know what? I've been acting for a long time. I'm a singer-songwriter, actress, model. I do it all here in the city of Atlanta. So it is always really nice for collectives, creative collectives to come together, especially in the African-American community. So I was really happy to be a part of this cast and to see this kind of work being done. I've definitely connected with so many people on this cast. Michael even himself is a musician. He created the whole soundtrack for everything. So we connected on a musical level too. So yeah, it's a fantastic cast. I can't wait for you guys to see this movie and to follow Michael. He's doing really great things and continues to be positive in the world, and we need that.
Yes, we do. Okay, so tell everybody how they can actually book you, hire you, your social media, all that.
Absolutely. I am Kari Alam. That's me on all social media. CariAlam. I am Kari Alam. You'll find me there.
All right, Miss Kari Allah. It's very nice meeting you. You know what I'm saying? I definitely wish you the best of luck in everything you're doing. And I want to not only see you in this film, but I want to see the other films you're in too.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So you definitely got to let me know. Okay,
Absolutely.
so we back once again. This is We Run the City TV. My name is Shorty Rock, and we are back on another hot red carpet. And I got a very beautiful young lady right here. Why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself to the people who don't know who you are?
Hello, I am Kathy Payne, and I'm one of the actors in Watch Her at the Realm. Such an honor to be a part of this project.
Okay, that's what's up. So let's go ahead and jump right into it. So tell us a little bit about your character's name, and just even what did it feel to even play this type of character?
So the character is called Spirit of Perseverance, and getting into this character, I think normally I like to smile, I like to laugh, and this character is very serious. So getting into that role of kind of being locked into this journey with someone who is in distress and really helping to support them, helping to provide guidance. It was very beautiful, just the idea of these spirits that are among us, that are supporting us. So it was a beautiful project to be a part of, truly.
Okay, all right, that's what's up. So like when it comes to this particular film, was there any challenges just trying to channel this character, or just overall in the production, was there any challenges you faced?
Well, working with Michael is incredible. He's such a hard worker. He puts so much effort and just his entire mind, body, and soul into the project. So as an actor, as part of this project, you really feel the weight of it, and really the expectations that this is not just a little character that you're playing. It's part of something bigger. It's part of a larger message and agenda towards positivity. So that really, you feel that weight.
Yeah, definitely. So This movie was very different in the fact that it had so many different positive messages. Like, just overall, while you're shooting this film, what did you learn yourself that maybe you didn't know before, or just something maybe that had to be emphasized to you this time around?
I think it really is about the power of words, and everything is so intentional. Every word choice, every tone choice, every single aspect of it is so very, very intentional. And so I think when it comes to doing this work and thinking about as we go through life, how intentional are we with our words, especially our words towards creating something, doing something positive, or to tearing someone down? Because this is really about that. Like, how do you live life intentionally and in a positive way? So I love that. I love being a part of that.
And I feel like this movie kind of touched on mental health too. So like, have you ever been a part of a project like this? And what does it mean to actually be a part of a project that actually kind of touches on mental health, especially, suicide?
Absolutely. I mean, this is my first time being part of an artistic project like this in this way, but my background is in education and in human resources, and so I think that from a people perspective, mental health is so, so very important, and just recognizing the ways in which community is a part of that people cannot, that we cannot go through this world on our own, so how are we kind of tapped into a village that supports us in our mental health? That's really very important.
It definitely is. So like when it comes to just your overall acting career, like what's next for you?
I don't know. I mean, I think it's really exciting to just be a part of this, and to, as this is traveling and being shared with so many different people, seeing those reactions and kind of seeing where this film project. If you talk to Michael, you know that it's not going to end here. You watch the movie, you know that this is just the beginning. And not even the beginning, but this is part of a larger process. So, we'll see what happens in the future. So look out.
Okay, well, I'm looking forward to seeing you in a lot of films.
Thank you.
You did very good as a very good spiritual guide.
Thank you.
You know what I'm saying? So tell everybody how they can reach you, book you, contact you, all that.
Look out for me. I'm on Instagram, Kathy Payne, KAFIPAYNE. And look forward to hearing from you. Please reach out.
Okay, all right. Well, thank you, Kathy. We definitely appreciate you. You did a great job on screen.
Thank you.
You know what I'm saying? But listen, this is We Run the City TV, and Kathy is definitely running the city, all right? So look out for her on probably part 2. You know what I'm saying?
Look out.
Part 2, part 3. It seemed like a TV series almost. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, my name is Shorty Rock, Shorty ROC NYC. Catch me on all platforms. This is We Run the City TV, and we out, baby. Peace. Okay, this is We Run the City TV. My name is Shorty Rock, and we are back once again on another hot red carpet. And I got a very interesting person right here. I think we all know him in some type of way throughout our lives. We have met him at one point. But matter of fact, why don't you go ahead and introduce us to who you are, your real name, and then your character in this movie as well.
Thank you, buddy. My name is Brian Phillip. My character was Spirit of Rage.
Okay, Spirit of Rage.
Spirit of Rage.
Okay, so I'm not gonna lie. I felt like you was the devil in the movie. You know what I'm saying? So y'all gotta check that out. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong, but I feel like he was the devil. You know what I'm saying? So tell us about your character and where did you pull from this dark, shadowy type of character?
It's interesting. Michael and I talked about that from the very beginning of how interesting it could be and how hard it could be to try to go to that dark space. But it's one of those things where you kind of have to dig deep, try to find instances in your life where you've had those moments, you've had that darkness that's happened in your life, and you kind of have to go to that place in order to pull from it. And so that's kind of what I tried to do.
You did a very good job. Makes me wonder about these dark places. So when it comes to your character, right? Tell me about what part did it play in Michael, the main character's, I guess, evolution?
So he's basically the iconic antagonist where it's the devil, man.
But he does play a part, right? Which is crazy.
He's after you, right? He's after all of us, yeah? In one form or another, it's one of those things where that darkness is a shadow that tries to cast upon all of us. And then for Michael, it's the story of trying to get from that and to glean the power from the Most High that we can defeat that power, right? So that's it.
So I have a weird perspective. Okay, so just bear with me a little bit. Okay, so I feel like nowadays, right, kids don't know what real bullies are, right? Because when I was growing up, the bully was a problem, but also the ability to deal with the bully or even overcome the bully kind of helped kids back in the day. And
more
now
like cyberbullying and stuff now,
cyberbullying, like now bullying is a crime. I'm not advocating for bullying, but I kind of feel like when I was looking at your character, it made me think about, I know the devil's bad, right? But he also kind of helps us in a weird, twisted way. What do you think about that?
So you saying the devil is cool?
I don't know. I don't want to say
what
it,
are you
but
saying?
I don't know.
The devil's got this cool aroma?
I don't know. You made it look cool, though. I'm not gonna lie.
You know what it is, man? I think it's attractive, right? And so in the movie, when it talks about all the form of entertainment, and you see in the mirror, you see me sometimes, right? Sometimes that entertainment is attractive. It's illustrious to us all, yeah? So there is a piece of that can kind of draw you in. But at the same time, you know where it's going to end up. And it's not going to end up well. And so you got to be very careful of how far or how much you dance with that devil.
Man, you over here preaching right now. Okay, so tell me, like, just as far as your acting career, what's next? Like, where do you want to be at? Because I feel like I don't know, man, you would be good as a villain, man. I can see you in a Marvel movie or something.
I appreciate that, man, a lot. I'm about to do a commercial here in a couple weeks.
Okay.
I'm just grinding, man. I'm just grinding, and whatever comes next, I'll be all in.
Okay, well, I'm not gonna lie. Like, I know you want to pursue very happy, beautiful, peaceful roles, but I'm not. I really feel like you would do really good as a villain. Like,
I appreciate that.
you did a really good job.
I appreciate that. I really do. You know, that was the aim. So I'm glad you think I hit the mark.
Yeah, you definitely knocked it out the park. Okay, so tell everybody how they can reach you, book you, or even hire you as a villain.
Perfectly fine. On Instagram is Brian_Phillip. That's what's up, man.
All right. Well, thank you, Spirit of Rage. You're the coolest Spirit of Rage. Appreciate you, man. This is
buddy.
We Run the City TV. My name is Shorty Rock. Find me on all platforms. And we out, baby. Peace. Hey, we are back like we never left. My name is Shorty Rock, and this is We Run the City TV. And we are back on another hot red carpet. I got the man, the myth, the legend, the creator. Matter of fact, why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself to the people who don't know who you are?
I'm Mike Andrews. I'm the producer and director of the film.
Okay, all right. So tell us a little bit about this film. Now, I'm not gonna lie, the Lady of Wisdom, the Spirit of Wisdom, you know, blessed us with a full explanation. But I want to hear from your perspective since you actually created this thing. Tell us a little about the premise of the movie.
Okay, so first of all, the Most High created this. I'm just a vessel, like how how her character says. The vision came to me honestly, like in a dream. So like I just started putting this stuff together based off of what I saw, what I came up with, and you know, again, all praises to the Most High God. You know, like I just put this thing together, and the whole idea behind it was to teach people that, you know, hey man, because it's kind of unpopular to keep the law or to, you know, to move according to like spirituality nowadays, and so like I just kind of want to rebirth that on the earth and you know, get people back down to a little bit more spirituality instead of all this dog eat dog stuff that we live with in our normal lives.
Okay, all right, I like that. That's definitely a twist from most traditional movies, you know. But your movie definitely had a lot of positive messages in it. So tell me about the journey of Michael in this film.
Yeah, the character of Michael is largely based off of me. I won't lie. I'm a software developer. I've been developing games for like really 12 years now. It's amazing. I had a lot of my game development folks that were here, that were at the premiere, and I really appreciated it. But yeah, it's really like how that character at the beginning of the movie was like, I just got fed up with it, and I just felt like, hey man, you know, like this isn't what I'm supposed to be doing. This is not according to, you know, who I am. So like I had to tap into myself and start to create on the level that I was supposed to be, so like, and do the stuff that I was supposed to do. So it's like all the characters in the film, so like Cornelius, Takara, all those characters, those are like shards and fragments of myself, things that I have like reasoned with myself with, and questions that I have asked myself, you know, in life to kind of breathe life into their characters. So that's what it is.
Okay, so I don't want to give too much of the movie away, but I do want to say that so I have an interesting perspective. Okay, so you had multiple spiritual guides in this film, right?
That's how it works.
And I feel like in life we have a lot of spiritual guides,
Absolutely.
right? Okay, but then comes the Spirit of Rage,
Okay.
which I kind of felt was the devil.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So, excellent actor as well. You know,
Yeah,
he did a really good job. So,
excellent actor.
so this is my weird perspective, and you can just indulge me in this. Tell me what you think, okay?
Absolutely, sir.
So I kind of feel like, you know, back in the day we used to have bullies in school, right? And
Sure.
bullies was a problem, right?
Absolutely.
But they also kind of taught us things about ourselves too. You know,
Okay.
if you was able to, you know, overcome a bully or even just dealing with a bully, right?
Absolutely.
Nowadays, you know, being a bully is like basically like against the law. So kids are not really encountering one-on-one bullies, right? So when I was seeing the character of the Spirit of Rage, aka the devil, I want to call him, I kind of felt like he was a part of your development as well. So it kind of made me wonder, like, is the devil kind of a part of our development? Like, does he have a strange goodness about his evil self?
I wouldn't call it goodness.
Okay.
But I would call it necessary. Anybody who reads the scriptures see that essentially, I mean, and this is getting a little bit deep here, but this is getting a little deep here, but Satan answers to the Most High. Read the Bible and you'll know exactly what I'm saying. Satan actually answers to the Most High. So there are points in the Bible where it's essentially like Satan goes out and does stuff. Because think about the story of Job. Yeah. When you think about the story of Job, it's like, hey, Satan comes up and is like, hey, or God's like, hey, have you went to go see about my servant Job? And then Satan goes like, well, let me go see about this dude or whatever. You know what I'm trying to say? Let me see what's going on with him. The Most High God will test you. Satan is there to test you.
He's almost like a tool in a way.
He is a tool, but I wouldn't paint him as good. He is definitely evil, but he is definitely a tool that the Most High uses to. It's like I'm going to say in the scriptures. You need to become refined gold. If you cannot get past Satan's tests, you're not refined gold. If Mikael's character had been devoured by the shit that Satan, my bad. The stuff that Satan was saying to him, then he wouldn't have been worthy to wear the armor. You cannot allow Satan to defeat you, even if he is still answerable to the Most High. So again, not a good guy, but at the same time, he's necessary for the development of men. I can say that because you can't know who a man really is until he's been tested in those fires, until he's been tested by like adversity on many levels. And I can speak to that on a spiritual level, and I'm sure you and many other people can speak to that. You know what I mean? So.
Okay, so I'm sorry, I just had to because I just really was trying to dive into the film, and that really struck me as a new thought. But anyway, so when it comes to this film, right, what were some of the challenges in just trying to create and assemble this cast and just shooting film? Because you did everything. You did the music, I heard. You did the animation in it, and you did the acting, directing. Like, good Lord, brother.
Look, I'm gonna say this: a man can't be what he needs to be until he has his whole team around him. You won't hear me taking credit. I did what I did because I had to do what I had to do. When I can hire people that can do it, I'm going to hire people that can do it. Right now, I'm a broke ass dude. So I got to do everything myself. That's how you got to hustle. You know what I'm talking about. You got to hustle. So I got to do everything. But when I can afford to pay more people to do things, when I can pay for my man Jerome over here to be like my full-time DP, that's going to be what it is. I don't want to have to do the damn thing the whole time. I'm the producer and director. That's where I want to be. Right? So it's like there were a bunch of challenges in it, but I just had to make sure I found the right people, the people who, were behind me. I talk with everybody. I vet everybody. There actually were probably people who were better for some of the acting roles, but because I felt like they weren't going to vibe with the rest of the team, or I felt like they were going to be like assholes, for lack of a better way to put it, I just didn't hire them. Because we're not doing what Hollywood is doing out here. We're doing like something different here. This is more of a team built initiative. We're not playing the same type of games that Hollywood plays, and we're fighting an uphill battle, but we understand that, and I understand that, and I don't pretend like that's not the case. So whatever.
So why don't you go ahead and introduce your team real quick?
Absolutely, man. Let me get my core members over here, man. Absolutely, man. Since day one, these are my day one people. Let me make that clear.
Yeah, just try to get in as close as possible so we can get you all in the frame.
This is the spirit of wisdom, Lady Wisdom, Chantalada Stone. We got my man Jerome Schuler. Absolutely.
Barry Chen.
These guys have been here since the very first shot since the very first episode, and it was amazing how terrible of a director I was at the beginning, because it was my first time. But I had my crew behind me, and I had them helping me out, and Sean is an excellent actor, and these two boom cams
Okay.
Absolutely awesome. And I couldn't have done. I couldn't have done it without them. So that's why when people give me credit, it's like, "Oh, you did all this, everything." Well, no, not really. I did a lot, but I did as much as I could according to what the Most High gave me, and then I depend on other professionals to help me, man. That's how teams work.
That's what's up. All right, so tell us, like, just real quick, y'all, if y'all could tell us, like, what does it feel like to see your work on the big screen? Like, once it's finally completed and done, like, this is a project, you guys.
It's just super fulfilling, When you're filming, you're on location, you're, making each puzzle piece, but like once you're in the theater, you're watching it, you see that puzzle come together, and it's just like super satisfying to see like all the hard work you went through and like your team went through, and seeing it all pay off.
You gotta cry, man. Go ahead, let it out, brother. Let it out, brother. It's okay.
He got the
right, like he's about to choke out. Like, let's go.
I'm gonna be an actor now.
All right, so how do you feel, brother?
It was definitely rewarding because meeting Mike and knowing what his vision was, and to have that much talent. Usually people say, "Oh, you have to put yourself in a box," but Mike, this brother, is like, "No, I can do music, I can do animation, I can act, I can film, I can edit, I can sound mix," and to see it all come together that way tonight, it's beautiful, man. It's beautiful.
Right, and you was in the movie like the whole time. So how did it feel? Good Lord.
So it was fantastic to just what he told me that he was starting with when we started the project, and to see how he developed it into so many different layers and elements, and all of the work and that we put in, and the drama and stuff falling apart, and we got to retake and all of that. It's funny now, but it was like hard work then. We was like,
y'all remember the smoke detector?
We had to run out. Yes. Like all kinds of stuff happens. So, but to see it all come together on the screen, and it's just beautiful. Like these guys alluded to, fulfilling and beautiful experience to be working with a great team of people.
Absolutely.
It's the people that make it so special, And he has a gift for picking certain people. Like I think he does it from his spirit or something, because the people that he chose, it's like it just all flowed together, And he did a fantastic job, just super duper talented, and the whole team. So I'm happy to be a part of it.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
All right. You got a great team here, Mike.
You see what I'm trying to say?
Yeah, I see what's going on. I see what you're doing over
Okay,
here.
that's what I'm trying to
see what
say.
you did there, Mike.
You see what I'm saying?
Okay, so everybody tell us your social media. Tell us how they can reach you. All that.
Mine's is very easy. Everything is at Polycrafted. So at Polycrafted on YouTube, at the Polycraftsman on Instagram, and then everything else is at Polycrafted.
Okay.
Sean, SHAUN _Stone _actor on Instagram, and Sean Stone on Facebook.
Okay.
Jerome Schuler on Instagram, Jerome Schuler Jr. No C in the Schuler, SHULER, and Madeline Ave Productions.
Did I misspell that? Let me think.
No, you spelled it right.
Oh shit. Okay.
He was looking. He said, "Nah, you good. You ain't spelling wrong."
You did me right.
I definitely was looking on them credits like.
I was like, let me see, did I do that the right way? Because I misspelled Brian's name the first time in the first premiere, and I had to go back and put because it's BRY, but
No, that would have been the first thing you heard when you came out the movie theater.
Spell my name.
Hey, man, just about my name. Can we redo that?
On Instagram, it's BarryLicious28, BarryLicious 28, and you can find me on YouTube as well, on Chen Corp Studios, ChenCorp Studios.
What you be doing on Instagram for your name to be Barry Licious? What you got going on?
I'm not certain I got you, Barry.
He low key dressed like a Chippendale model in the West. All right, Barry Licious. right. Like we didn't know how to spell licious. Like we get it. Oh, okay. All right. Right.
Yo, at some point, man.
It's like a Magic
Barry, yeah, like Magic Barry and shit. I just motherfucker.
Okay, so listen, I definitely appreciate the film. I think you on your way up, brother. You know what I'm saying? Continue to do what you're doing. I think some people say a good team has to choose you.
Okay, fair.
So I feel like God draws people to you when you got a good heart and people
I don't
sense
know if I
it.
have a good heart, but you know,
Well, it's good enough.
good enough.
It's good enough.
good enough.
You got these people.
I got people that I like.
All right, so
Dependable people.
right, exactly. So I wish you many blessings,
Absolutely, sir.
many more films, part 2, 3, 4, turn to a series, you know. And I'm looking forward to that full anime movie. I think you should do it because
When
you
we got
got the
millions of
actors.
dollars in the bank, then we can go ahead and talk about
Hey,
that.
listen, you just never know. Sometimes you just need a great storyline and the money will come. You know what I'm saying? But listen, this is We Run the City TV. My name is Shorty Rock, Shorty ROCNYC. Make sure you download the Khaliseum app and we are out, baby. Peace. Oh.
We run the city, value 1. This one is called Flexing by King Shorty Rock.
I need them to feel this.
You already know I'm coming. Yeah.
Trying to get this money, gotta make it stack right. Just in case my baby mama don't act right. My side chick blowing up my phone. It was good while it lasted, leave me alone. Now I'm in the zone with a thick cougar chick, I calling me alone. Cause she me alone. I ain't Drake, but the girls love my songs. No break, one take now, a song.